Hey, 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 hey. Hello. We're back. Finally, I'm back. I just have to do the social media stuff still. So it will be another 1 or 2 minutes. Hey, Kodipe and Oliver, hello. It's good to see you here. Let's see. I'm just doing the last thingies here. Let's go. How are you, folks? Hello. Juan Quinto. No, I don't remember how to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. It's been so long. Yeah, what's up? I was pretty sick. Well, not seriously sick, but not well enough to speak or to speak for hours on end. No, it was so annoying. Winter, right? And yeah, it is. I had to wait it out basically for a couple of weeks. I woke up every morning and my voice was like this. And it got a little better during the day, but then I just couldn't justify doing live streams. So Undefnol, you are going to drive for 2 hours. You cannot watch the stream. Maybe you can just listen to it. I know lots of people do that, or you watch it afterwards. That's fine as well. We're going to do something quite interesting today. I'm super excited. But I need to do one more thing. Post it on the Discord server here. Where should I post it? It's always a question. Enzo is going to be mad because I posted in the wrong channel. Links, I am live over here. Yeah, I'm excited. We're going to do something really cool this morning. I've been preparing this for a month actually. So I came prepared, and let me grab this. This is what we'll be doing today. The 100 million row challenge for PHP. I did this performance quest over during January basically, and you might have seen 2 videos on the channel as well. And it was really cool. We went from a PHP script that took 5 days to run and optimized it all the way to less than 30 seconds, basically. And so many people pitched in. I was writing about this. I was making videos about this. And so many talented developers, honestly, people are programming way better than me. They came with so many great ideas, and I learned so much. And it was yeah, a really cool thing to do. And actually, there is a lot more room for improvement probably in this in this particular example. But I was thinking, this was such a popular thing to do. People got so excited about it, and I wanted to do something with the community as well. And this is why I'm organizing a small challenge for the coming 2 weeks, kind of a little bit longer. And the idea is that I have this repository here, and people can participate by just sending a pull request to this repository. And the README will explains kind of what needs to happen. And let me quickly walk you through it, right? So that you know what's going on, because I want to implement a solution for this challenge. It's not going to be the best one. I already know that. But it's a fun thing to do, and maybe you can think along. Although I want to encourage you to also give it a try yourself, because then you can win some, I would say, pretty awesome prizes. But yeah, let me walk you through it. This is the 100 million row challenge in PHP, and our goal is to parse a data set of page visits into a JSON file. And so this was directly inspired by my performance issue I was dealing with. Oh, I forgot to update this. Hang on. From February 24th until March 15, 2026. Commit. Copilot is thinking. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, the March 15 is the deadline, by the way. There are prizes, Juaniquito. There are some. I'll get to that in a second. Hang on. Everyone can participate. You just have to clone the repository, run some commands, and then implement a parser method. And the fastest solutions get a prize. There are some ways. I'll walk you through it in a second. And this is what needs to happen. You get a CSV file with a number of page visits. It has a URI and a date, and that's basically it. And you have to parse that data into a JSON file with the path of the parse the full URI into the path, group the visits per date into an key value array thingy here, and then count the number of visits per day. Wow, okay, birds are difficult. It's been a while. And then you write a script for it, can do anything you want. The goal is to make it as fast as possible, and then we'll validate the fastest implementations, and they will get a prize. These are the prizes. The first place will get one PHP Storm Elephant. Wait, hang on. That's this one, right? And let me tell you, this one is a pretty unique elephant. Not many were made, and we are actually on the last stretch here. I think there are, I want to say 30 left that we can give away, and then no one ever can get another one. And well, the three first places will get one. So that's probably enough reason to participate, I would say. You also get a Tideways elephant, because Tideways is also pitching in the prize pool here. They are a profiling tool for PHP. Really interesting. First place will get a 1-year JetBrains all products pack. So all IDEs, all of our thingies, all of our products. That's cool. You'll also get a 3-month AI Ultimate license, and then 1-year Tideways team license. That's first place. Second place will also get an elephant, 2 elephants actually. Product spec and 3 months AI license, and then third place will get 2 elephants. Everyone gets, well, all the 3 places get 2 elephants, and all product spec. So that's it. Results will be in a CSV file here, and oh, Mark is already trying some things out here, I reckon. And yeah, that's kind of it. All benchmarks are run on a dedicated server, on a DigitalOcean droplet. And we'll only ever run one benchmark at a time, so you get like the full server. Well, it's a virtual server, but it's fine. It's we deliberately chose a DigitalOcean droplet because it's very close to how normal PHP apps are run. So I think it makes sense. Bumped up the CPU and memory a little bit. Then I'm a bit scared of whether things will be fair or not. We'll have to see. We'll have to just verify stuff along the way. I hope no one will cheat or do weird things. The thing is, every submission is manually reviewed before it gets benchmarked. So you might want to ask, why not 1 billion? Because this is inspired by the 1 billion row challenge. And the main reason is because we're doing a lot more than the 1 billion row challenge in Java. We're parsing dates, URIs, doing JSON encoding, array sorting, and whatnot. So there's just a lot more things that need to happen, but that's also interesting because there are a lot more things that can be improved with this challenge. I hope. We'll see how PHP performs. And the JIT is disabled because the JIT is the JIT basically. It didn't, from my testing, it didn't have any benefit. I know some people who were testing this with me said it gave a little bit of benefit, but then it also caused some seg faults to happen. And I figured, okay, let's not do the JIT. It's going to complicate things. But might be interesting to run the final solution with the JIT and see if there are any noticeable difference still. But for the benchmark, the contest itself, it's without the JIT. So yeah, your Tempest framework inspired me to write some PHP code from scratch with discovery, pattern, and reflection. It's great fun. Thanks for your work. Kodipe writes here on YouTube. Yeah, actually, we just a slight sidetrack here, but we I just did some small improvements to Tempest actually. Let's see. Together with Mark, discovery. Yeah, this one. Like small improvements that actually made a 25% performance increase, which is really nice. And it's really, discovery is already quite optimized, but it really came down to, let me show one example here, to cache reflection names, for example, so that you don't have to call reflection class get name multiple times. And switching up conditions here so that we short circuit a condition when because we have to check for far files and stuff like that for discovery to work with everything. But to short circuit that so that we don't have to do the more expensive checks like class exist if not really necessary, stuff like that. And we managed to improve performance by, let's see, yeah, over here, 27%, which is really cool. The discovery scan bench, yeah, this is the one, 27% performance increase. So that's really nice. With discovery, we're now at the phase where the real bottleneck is reflection, and there is little we can do about that, I feel. But maybe, who knows? There's likely always more room for improvement, right? But yeah, today we're doing this. So let me switch over here to let me make this a little bit bigger. Right, we're streaming. So yeah, let's see. This is a clone of that repository I was showing earlier, and yeah, let me actually remove this and remove that as well, and just start from scratch. So you clone this, you composer up. And then you run data. Oh, I'll show the full command actually. PHP Tempest data generate, and it will generate 1 million rows by default, right? So this is the data you're working with. You can instruct it to generate 10 million, or whatever you want, basically. Takes a bit longer, of course. And And so for the real benchmark on the server, there is a fixed set of 100 million rows. But I reckon for now, 1 million is enough for early testing, you know, and then we can hopefully improve it over time. And then what we need to do is data parse. This is funny because it's not doing anything right now. Let's throw new exception hi. Yeah, okay. So so this is our parse command, and we get an input path which refers to this file over here, and this is an output path. This is where we have to store our parsed data set, and that's basically it. So we have to do whatever we want to make this into a performance solution. And I want to give it a try and already do a little bit of optimizations and see how much impact that has. It will, like, I already know there is so much room for optimization, and it will be curious to see how people will optimize it in the end. Let's see, Tempest data parse. Let's do it like this, and data parse like so. Let's pin this over here, and then okay, that's good. Let's move that over there. Oh no, yeah, over. Oh, that was right. Yeah, something like that. Oh, terminal is over there now. No, hang on. Edit configurations. Execute in the terminal. No, I don't want that. So let's move the terminal back, and then execute data parse. Yes, and that's over here. Okay, and now if we okay, now I have to fix this, of course. Edit PHP Tempest apply. Actually, yeah, okay, I can just do it like this. Okay, so we basically have to parse this huge file, data.csv. We have to parse this into the JSON file that we were told we had to generate. So yeah, let's give that a try. I of course did some testing, but I honestly already forgot. So very naive implementation. We could do file get contents, but that's just not gonna work, I think, because there are quite a lot of lines. So let's actually do, let's open a handle here. Open input path, and yeah, we're going to read over here, and then while we have well, not file and file, yeah, that's fine. We'll LD line, let's see what that does. Okay, so that's the first line, that's good. It's a CSV with normal commas, right? Actually we can f open, oh no, f gets CSV. The escape parameter must be provided, yes. Escape equals this, and what's this? Oh, this is, I don't know why we need to, but then we have an array with the, okay, with the URI and the date. Let's add an array here, something like this, and what we need to do is we have to parse it into this. Oop. Right. So we need a URI path, and then we need to get the date in this format, and then we need to count the numbers. Okay, so path equals parse. And so the interesting thing here is that we're using a lot of PHP's built-in functions, and there are probably a lot more performant ways of doing this. So that will be interesting to see how people optimize that. So line 0, yeah, I think that should be the path, right? Yep, okay, that's good. And then we have to parse the date is a new datetime, I guess, like this, and date. Yeah, it seems correct. Then we want to make sure this entry exists. So path, date, format, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay. And then we increment it by 1. And I think then we have parse data. This is already taking a while to run, right? Trying to, on false. Okay, so maybe that's the last line, I reckon, that's giving some issues. And if trim line will continue, I reckon. Let's see. Trying to access offset on false. Actually, if it's we should do it like this. If while line equals, right? Okay. So that's good. We did parse our array. Seems good. And now we have to write it to output path, basically JSON encode, and it should be JSON pretty print. And again, here I think there is so much room for improvement here by not using JSON encode, but by manually, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to give away too many hints here. So it's obviously pretty slow, but it did actually work. So this is the output. This is the timestamp, the branch name, and this is the amount of time it took. So 2.46 seconds with my very naive implementation. By the way, on 1 million rows, not 100 million. And it's already pretty slow. So who knows? It would probably be very, very bad implementation for for the real data set. So, but now we have something that we can optimize. By the way, we also have hang on, clear. We have data validate, and okay. And so this runs my implementation on another data set where I already know what it should look like to determine whether it's valid or not. And something we forgot is that our let's see here. These are the rules. Each entry in the generated JSON file should be key value pair with the page's URL path and as the key, and an array with the number of visits per day as a value. Visits should be ordered by date in ascending order. That's what we forgot. Let's actually dump out data array value. No, array first. I always forget data and data generate. I'm going to generate 100,000 ones because my current implementation is very slow. Okay, yeah. So these should be ordered, sorted by in ascending order, which in this case it is, but it's not guaranteed to be. And I think that's the problem here. So let's actually very naive, right? For each data as visits, and then can we say k-sort visits? Would that work? Okay, yes, it does. Okay, so now we know we have a valid implementation, right? Data parse. Okay, so this is pretty fast because we only have 100,000 lines. Let's data generate 1 million again and work from that. Yep, data parse. That's 2.5 seconds. No, it will be longer now. Oh, 2.3. Okay, we're sorting the array now. Okay, so that will be yeah. Okay, 2.3 to 2.4. And by the way, keep in mind that any numbers you see here, it will highly depend on your system. Doesn't like the numbers themselves don't really matter. It's about relative performance improvements, right? And on that's why we run it on one server, only one at a time, to make sure that it's as equal an environment as we can possibly make it. Okay, so a couple of things I think can be improved here, like very, very simple things are, like for example, we have this date format duplicated here. I reckon there might be some performance wins here. Yeah, as you can see, 1.8 here already. So that's that date formatting. But something I learned with my previous performance quest is that creating a new date time object here is actually also pretty costly. And if you take a look at what's in line 1 here, for example, we can actually just extract the date from the string. We don't have to create a new date time object. So let's try to do that. The date is always in the same format, so we don't even have to like explode on a character or do a regex match or anything. We can just take the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters, right? So we can just do a substring. So we can say year is substring, and then offset is 0, length, no, string is line 1, and then length is 10. What's the problem here? Required parameter offset missing. Is it missing? Is it a required parameter? Okay, it is. Okay, and so if we have the year here, then this should just be the string, and then we don't have to create any date time object here. We don't have to do this. And let's see. Ooh, it seems slower actually. Kind of the same. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. Maybe we do need a let's write it like this format. Oh, actually, hang on. How was this working before? Okay. Yeah, this seems more reasonable. Let's make sure data validate. Okay, it still works. Now this implementation is, I hope, a bit faster. Yeah, 1.8 over there. 1.7. Yeah. Juan Quintos, by the way, saying, I'm mispronouncing it, sorry. I think it's better to start with the naive implementation, right? And move slowly to more performant ones so you can see progression. No, yeah, that's exactly. Like start with a baseline. Doesn't matter how bad it is, but just making sure that it's that you have something to compare to. And that's what we're doing here. So that's, we already made a small improvement, right? What else can we do? It seems like a very simple thing, right? But there is a lot more things that can be improved. I'm sure of that. Parse URL, that's my second question, whether we can optimize that. So we have line 0 over here. Yeah, and something we know for sure is that it always starts with the path will be the same. So maybe we can, just an experiment, right? But who knows how fast it will or how slow it will be. PHP cr. Let's see. String. Find the length of an initial segment. Is there like find the last? What I want to do is find. Well, first, okay. Let's just do it like very naive, and let's see if it makes a difference compared to parse URL. I would reckon that parse URL is an expensive operation, but who knows, right? I just want to extract the path here, and I wonder if I can do kind of something the same as this approach, for the date, but the problem is we don't really know how, like the path's length will differ, right? So ideally what we need is the whatever comes after the last backslash. And you can do that with regex, of course. We all love a good regex, right? Something like I don't know I don't know how to write regex, but yeah, and then at the end something like that. Yeah, so this would be a way to always get that last. Actually, we can do it like this, and then we don't have to use that last. Let's try this. Let's see what it gives. You know, I reckon this will be a lot slower actually, but so preg match. The pattern will be this, and then line 0, and then we'll put it into path. Let's see if that actually works. No, into match. Match. So yeah, that matches the correct. Oh, yeah. So basically, the path equals match 0. That's basically what we want to do, right? I reckon this will be slower. It's kind of the same. Oh, a bit faster actually. If I run it, yeah, 1.5, 1.6. String replace. Oh, interesting. Yeah, of course, the first part is always the same. Can't we do just what did I call it? Path equals string replace https stitcher.io with nothing on line 0. Very smart. It's again kind of the same actually. Would have expected this to be bit faster, but here's the thing with and this is why I was looking into strings. How do you pronounce it, by the way? String spoon. Because when I was writing the Tempest lecture and doing some performance checks and testing on there, I realized that the fastest way to actually like go to the right place is to use string. Can I call it spoon? String spin together with substring. And so string spin finds the length of the initial segment of a string consisting entirely of characters contained within a given mask. But that's not exactly what we need actually. It works within the context of a lecture because you're always looking for small parts, but actually we want to string C spoon not matching a mask. Yeah, see, this is more interesting. This is the opposite. And here you could do some, but I want it in reverse. But let's see. You could do offset equals string C spin on line 0, and you search for this for the dash basically, and you will find, see the offset of where the first dash is, but actually I want the last one. I don't know if that's possible. Of course I can reverse the string reverse. I could do it like this and then reverse it back. I don't know. Let's try it out. I doubt this will be more performant, but I have no clue what parse URL does. So, but we'll keep this one. It seems to be the good. Like this seems to be a pretty good one. So offset. We get the offset, and then we'll say path equals substring. Oh yeah, we can do it like that. And then the path should be, no. It's not minus. if length is given and it's possible, the string returned will contain at most, no, it's the, I think it's the offset. This is, hang on. If start is non-negative, the return string will be the start. Yep, I need to read the full. Let's see. If start is non-negative. If start is negative, the return string will start at the started character from the end of the string. No, that's not what I want. It starts from here and then it will. Let's see if this works. Actually, what is path? Oh, it does work. Okay, it is what I want. And then we can just say slash blog slash something like this. Oh, I removed the year part. Did I? Oh, hang on. And then path equals substring minus offset. This was correct, right? And then we have to add slash blog. Let's see. This is probably slower, right? It feels slower. Yeah, it is slower. Okay. At least we tried it out, right? So then this is our current most performance solution, and still pretty slow. Just for reference, someone, Mark, who was testing this with me, he did, well, I can show you, right? In the leaderboard. This is on 100 million rows. So my very basic implementation was, what's that? Yeah, 5 minutes, and his under 1 minute. So I know there is a lot of improvement to be had, actually. Yeah. So yeah, something I'm also wondering about is whether my sorting here could be optimized, because we're doing 2 loops over the data set. Isn't there a better way of doing that? Actually, don't know. We're also doing 2. But this has to be here, right? Yeah. And then we have JSON encode, which is probably super not performant. And it would be interesting to know. I could profile all of this, of course, but it would be interesting to know if this could be optimized. Although I did make it pretty, I think, a little bit harder by requiring JSON pretty print, and that is a requirement. So, but yeah, there is lots of room for improvement still. I know that because I know, but let me just, I mean, the pull requests are public, right? But this is Mark's pull request, and it is already pretty lengthy, pretty complex. And you can read through it. I mean, I cannot prevent people from not looking at other people's solution, but if you have a solution that's equally fast as another one, the first person to submit it will be declared the winner. So you can get some inspiration, but you'll have to write something on your own if you want to be able to participate for real. So yeah, I'm already so like this is, oh, reverse was actually a Tempest function. Oh, hang on. Anyway, what does it do? Hang on. Yeah, it does array reverse, implode, split. Isn't there like PHP reverse string? Why don't we do that? Actually, now I want to try it out. Hang on. It's not gonna be faster, right? It is still equally fast, actually. No, a little bit slower than. Yeah, okay, no. But we should do that with Tempest, I reckon. I don't know why we. Oh no, I know why we do. We want multi-byte support, I think, and this doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's why we don't do it like this in Tempest. Okay. So yeah, I'm super curious to see what people will come up with, and I know they're like this is gonna be fun, and you know, there are some good prizes to win. So if you want to participate, I'm not going to. Oh hey Adrian, by the way, on Twitch. I'm not going to further optimize this because well, I don't know how. Well, no, I could definitely find out more things to do. I'm sure of that. But I also don't really want to spoil it. And you know, doing it on live stream is always. I perform write code a lot worse when I'm live streaming because I'm thinking about talking as well. So yeah, we're gonna keep it at this for now. Actually, what I'm gonna do now, this is my fork. Let's actually push it. I think this will already be a bit better than what I did with my very first iteration. Let's actually see. So this is this is my current implementation, right? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Actually run the benchmark for this. This PR, yeah, number 2, and we'll see what it gives. And one more thing I wanted to try is just give it to AI and see what AI does with it. Who knows? But we'll do it with Claude over here. And maybe I should also add. Hang on. The file read me write a much more performant implementation based on the instructions in the readme. Yes. Oh, I just updated PHP storm. I don't know. Let's see what this does. Who knows what it comes up with. If it works. And then, okay, yeah, so this is running the benchmark. I guess it will take 5 minutes, something like that. So, but yeah, I'm super much looking forward to what people will come up with. And I think it's a nice challenge, right? And it was so fun to have all these people pitch in when I was doing the performance quest stuff, and really it's like performance optimizations. It's often like so simple, and yet it has such a big impact when you're talking about doing things in bulk. Like a small change might have huge impact. Like for example, one of the biggest mind-blowing moments for me was let's see. When we did transactions. When we did transactions where like performance of my performance quest, right? I was parsing 19,000 rows per second and just wrapping it in a database transaction, bumped it to 45,000 rows because apparently without a transaction, every operation on the database has to flush stuff to the file system, and doing it in a transaction doesn't have that side effect. I didn't know that. Let's see. I'll analyze a README. Yes. Now I'll create a much more performant implementation. Key optimizations. Yes. Manual CSV parsing. Faster than. Okay. Extract date once using substring, but optimize further. Avoid repeated string operations. Use references. to avoid array copies. That's interesting. Sort all dates at once after collection. That's what I'm already doing, I think. But buffer output instead of building full JSON in memory. Accept. Go. We'll see. I think makes sense what Claude is writing here. It says done, but it didn't change anything. Oh, yeah, it did. Oh, it did. Okay. Oh, it just did an update. So weird. Let's see. Okay, so doing a lot of things I don't understand, and this will probably be well, first data validate. It doesn't work. Okay, and then parse. How much faster is it? Okay, 0.5 instead of what did we have? Yeah, 1. Okay, so this is a significant improvement. Okay, but run PHP Tempest validate to make sure the solution passes. Ugh. Run. We'll see. And so back to my benchmark here. Oh no, actions. It's still running. 4 minutes, yeah. Yeah, well. But yeah, I reckon it's a bit faster than what I did with the 334 seconds. We'll see, we'll see. And meanwhile, I'm just gonna accept everything. Let's go. You see the issue, okay. Run, done. Nope, still doesn't work. Run. This is like what people do all day these days. I don't know. It's not really my type of coding, but we're trying it out, right? And it's faster than it came up with a faster thing. But honestly, I gave it 5 minutes of thought, so I hope I would have come up with. Come on. Oh, validation passed. Okay, let's see. And how much? Okay, so I'm fairly certain that this. Well, I'm very certain that this is still. This can be improved, right? Because I know what Mark wrote, and yeah. Let's see. Oh no, it's still running. Wow. Okay, might actually be slower than my first iteration. My first iteration was kind of the same as what I have now, so it's pretty slow now. 6 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know about the AI solution, and I'm sure people will use vibe coded solutions and pull request them. But we'll see how that turns out, right? But okay, maybe there are some interesting things here that I could learn from. So the sorting is actually the same. Okay, maybe that is. What is it doing here? Process last line. If where does this 19 come from? I have no idea. Oh, the benchmark is still running. That has me a bit worried, actually. Why is it still running? Okay, okay. I would have expected it to be done by now. Oh, Mark, you're here on Twitch. That's nice. I was just talking about how your solution is pretty good already. Do you think, Mark, that there is room for improvement still with your implementation? Do you have some concrete ideas? But don't share them, of course. You can just say whether you still have some ideas or not, but I don't spoil anything. This is like, I'm a bit worried about what this is doing at the moment, because the solution I wrote now should have been faster, and it seems to be a lot slower. I don't know. Don't know why. Depends on whether the deployment server will stay as is. It's gonna stay as is. Yeah, it's a very basic server, but that's kind of I mean, we can. I could like use a beast of a server to run these benchmarks, but how would it then be like realistic? You know, PHP isn't running on those kinds of servers usually. Right now, my multiprocessing has no effect basically, as there is only one logical core available. Yeah, maybe I should indeed add use 2 cores though. I think that would make sense, probably. And meanwhile, I don't know what my benchmark is doing, so we'll see how it how it ends. But I'm not gonna wait for that. I want to encourage people to send a pull request and do it better than me, right? And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what people come up with. So yeah, Mark, I'll take a look at whether I add more cores. Actually, it is a good point that that might be really a proper requirement actually. Okay, I'll look into that, and if you're interested in contributing, then test. Oh, hang on. Test server CPUs 1 logical, 5 physical. Validation server CPUs 4 logical, 6 physical. We'll talk on Discord. No, but folks, if you're interested, give it a try. I see there are already 10 forks, so people are working on it. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with, and yeah, I'll keep you posted as well on the process. In 2 weeks, we'll announce the winners. So I'm going to wrap up the stream now. Hi everybody, did I just catch the end of the stream? Yes, because I'm going to wrap up. But yeah, I hope to be back soon, and yeah, I hope you have fun with it. So folks, see you next time. Bye bye.